festive.
It's a unit. Hell yeah, brother. Go on, bro. Look at that. It's looking good. That is a unit, bud. Real. I guess it does come with a gasket as well. No, can you see the part number in it or not? On that. Got a crossover. Visual fitting that I ordered from Summit. That fucker is pretty big, yeah. Yep. I don't know if you can see up in there or not. Yeah. Hell yeah, brother. And now that we got that out of the way, let me walk you over here to the intake itself, and I'll walk you around it. I'm surprised I haven't seen, for this being a brand new intake, there's nothing on internet at all about the Holley Lo-Ram. I mean, there's little to no information. There's no comparisons to anything. There's literally nothing on the internet for the Holley Lo-Ram. So I figured I'd go ahead and walk you through it, show you it. Compare it to the height of the Trailblazer SS intake. So if you know how tall a Holley is, the Holley High Ram, in comparison to the Trailblazer SS intake, you can kind of use that as a reference to know how tall the Lo-Ram is. So here we go. So here's the goods. I want to have the intakes backwards so I can show you the ports here. This is a Corvette ZR1 map sensor, a 2.5 bar. I lost the original O-ring for this, so what I did is I took the O-ring off of one of my LS1 fuel injectors. I'll just lube it up and should go right in there. But that's where the map sensor will mount. And then up there up top is where the hose will go for my vacuum block. And then I might, for right now, I don't know. If I have the space to do it, I'll put my boost. But I'll put that sensor here up top probably, or I'll just block it off, I'm not sure. This here is the hardware for the intake. Comes with studs. And then the gaskets. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this is pre-linked or not, or if I have to. I've seen videos before where you have to cut it to length and you have to glue it, which is what it is. I think it's stupid, but whatever works. Then I got the gasket. So this is actually, like I said, it's the new Holley modular Lo-Ram. This is the 105 millimeter plenum lid. Like I said, it's a short runner, which if I can find my tape measure, I'll measure the port length for you to give you an idea for just how long that is. But yeah, like I said, the throttle body gasket, hardware there. I went ahead and ordered the, if you can see it in there or not, but it's the throttle cable bracket for the intake. Essentially, once I get it out of there, I'll be able to show you a little bit better. Essentially just mounts here for the throttle cable. And then, because I'm a cheap ass, I went ahead and got 102 millimeter throttle body. It doesn't stick, doesn't hang up. Ordered it from Summit. I mean, from what I see, it looks like a pretty fine piece. I really won't know until I put everything together and I boost leak test it. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what route I want to go with the fuel system. Essentially, I don't know which. I mean, this will be facing the other direction, but I don't know if I want the fuel lines to come down around with having the fuel pressure regulator in the front, which, you know, it'll be more like this. Which honestly, the weight of these two intakes is about the same for anyone wondering. I mean, there's hardly any difference between the two. I'll go ahead and put this up here, give you an idea. And that's the height of the Lo-Ram versus the Trailblazer SS intake. I mean, they're quite literally identical for the most part. Just up front though, there's a lot of clearance in the back. My plan is, I wanted this intake the next spring or so, whenever I can afford to do so. I wanted to get the sandwich style intercooler from Tick Performance. They got one that's rated for things like 1200 horse or something like that, or I can't remember, 1500 horse, 1400 horse, can't remember. But essentially it's their 3-inch core, and I want that, and next season I plan to go with air to water. Just gotta play it by ear. I don't have a fuel cell yet, so, and I don't have a water tank or pump or anything, so it's all just gonna have to wait and just get myself set up for future plans. For right now, I just got, in case I go ahead and stick with the old routing on my fuel system, I just went ahead and got a crossover pipe, so I can just essentially just go do my fuel rails how they were before, where my fuel pressure regulator is still pre-rails. But this is where we're at here. I'll go ahead and put it on the car, give you an idea for what it looks like, and then I'm gonna get to assembling it. I don't know how well I'll do it holding my phone while doing that, but I'll try my best. So this is the height of the Trailblazer SS intake. Now, I know this is like a horrible comparison because I'm like 6'5" and all, but it's roughly 3 fingers from the top groove right here, this top groove, to about the bottom of my windshield. If I could find a tape measure, which I have no idea where one's at, but 3 fingers. So, and then here we are with the Holley Lo-Ram. As you see, there's a ton more space underneath the cowl. So for any F-body guys out there wondering, yes, it'll fit, and it should allow for you to shut the hood. Should, anyways. I mean, at most, you may or may not have to cut just a little bit of the inside of the hood out for this portion here. I won't really know until I got the hood on. But as the high ram was 3 inches, I'm not 3 inches, but 3 fingers from the windshield. It is about all 5 fingers from the top of the intake to the bottom of the windshield. I mean, there's easily probably 4 inches there. I know it sounds crazy because I don't know where my tape measure is, but let's take a 2x4, huh? Can't mess that up. So 2x4. Here you go. Right at the lip. Right underneath the window, you got 4 inches. 4 inches of space from the top of the intake to the bottom of the windshield. But mind you, this would clear this it'd be close, but it should clear a stock cowl without having to cut or modify anything. At most, you might just have to, I don't know, because I cut mine out, but at most you might just have to bend this flange up. But like I said, I doubt it. This intake's actually, it sits pretty low, and there's a lot of space in there. I know the camera might not do it justice, but it's definitely there. The car is going to have, the one thing that is kind of concerning to me is the angle of which the throttle body is. So if I were to move that back, it's not too far out, and I could probably, you know, move the pipe a little bit. Might have to move my solenoids to make room, but I should be able to get this to line up with hopefully very little modifications, but we'll see. I'll update you guys when I got, you know, most of this together. I don't know if I'll be able to do an assembly video or not. My buddy was supposed to come over today and he hasn't. But if he does show up, I'll do an assembly video today. If not, then if you have any questions, just, I mean, feel free to ask. I'm an open book, so try to give you guys something, because like I said, there's nothing on the internet for the Holley Lo-Ram. I guess it's too new of an item, and anything that I've wanted to know for height or anything like that, there hasn't been anything out there for it. So appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell. I'll try to keep you guys updated. If you want to know more about the car, feel free to ask in the comments. I've been making a couple changes, you know, as always, trying to, you know, I passed the point of building the car, so now it's just trying to improve the car. So I've done little things like, you know, I sent the exhaust off to get V-bands installed. I can insert the clip if I remember to, showing that I believe it was the driver's side actually, the driver's side manifold had actually cracked, and I had no idea. And so for all those times I've went and did passes in that, I did nothing but rob myself. The car, you know, at most I was able to build 2 pounds of boost off the line, which with having blown collector gaskets and you know, a cracked manifold, exhaust manifold, and it all adds up. So hopefully if I get it back out this season, we'll see. But if I do, it should be a completely different animal. Just stay tuned, and like I said, keep in touch, you know. Subscribe, hit that like button. I'm stoked. Catch you later.